Hey everybody, Jeff from Coleus and Coleus. You know, we got some snow overnight. It's cold, 20s. But the thing with the snow, with my bay window, is all that does is reflect the abundant sunshine that we have now this morning. And it's been so, I mean, my bay, again, I always boasting about my front bay window, and it's just a fantastic, it's like the ideal window for my Coleus, or really any plant, but I only keep my indoor Coleus. Anyway, I watered them up last week, a couple of days. I let them, you know, I don't water them every day. I do check them, and they just continue. They're just continuing to explode. So I have to trim them up. So I'm going to show you that now. Okay, so here again, this is the Orchard Road. It doesn't need a lot of trimming, but there's a few. Got a seed stalk coming in. We're going to get rid of that. We don't need that. A lot of good color. I think I'm going to get rid of some of these leaves that our former tenant, our little worm guy, was chopping down on. We'll get rid of those. And that's a good way to see if maybe he's still around, but I don't see any new dining going on here. And there's another seed stalk coming in. We don't need that. So that's what I'm going to do now, and give him a little bit of water. I trimmed this a little bit, but this thing has gone crazy. This is sort of a Darth Vader jitters mosaic mix. It's the mother plant I sold. It was huge. And this is what was left. And again, it was really just a straggling little plant, and I don't know why I brought it in. I did. And it is really starting to wake up now. Every day now, the sun is out longer by a couple of minutes, but it's higher in the sky. It's a little more intense. So, and the Coleus are definitely waking up. Look at this Ruby Road. This thing is amazing. And if you've been following along, if you remember the first video I took of this, it was really sorry looking. When I brought it in, I don't know why I did. I felt that it was going to be a beautiful plant. It was left over from last year. And you can see how it's kind of facing that way. So when I put them back into the window, we're going to face them. This is going to be facing towards the sun, so we can get the plant to move around. And I do move it around, but this thing, it needs a little bit of trimming. I'm not going to go crazy. Again, if you're going to trim your overwinter Coleus, don't go nuts. Don't strip it down. You don't want to shock it. But anything that's kind of hanging down, any leaves you see, like this here, I can get rid of this, trim some of this. But I'm not going to strip it down. I don't want to shock it. So just give them a little bit of a trimming. Job's Food Spikes, if you haven't, you don't have to go crazy fertilizing in the wintertime. These really don't need fertilizer. the sun is just doing wonders. For using a fertilizer definitely benefits your Coleus. It just makes it healthier, the roots and the stems and so forth. But during the winter time, it's sort of a hibernation period, so you're not trying to promote growth. But I do use those Job's fertilizer sticks that you put into the soil, and that gives it a little bit of nutrition as I water it. But I'm not using any shake and feed. I'm not mixing up any fertilizer or anything like that. We're just making sure we keep them moist, lots of light, and trim when needed. And these do need trimming. A little bit up top here. Got a seed stalk coming in there. We don't need that. And that's where your seed stalk's going to come in. They're going to come in the top. But it's possible that they'll be down here somewhere. So give them a look-see over. If you have one or two, it's not going to kill the plant. If you allow your plant to go completely to seed, then it'll decline. But if you have one or two, it's not going to do much. I don't need any seed stalks in there. I'm going to get rid of this. Again, this was... You can see that's clearly from a worm from earlier, and again, I haven't seen them anywhere. You know, we're gonna cut this here because it's up really high. I don't need a really tall coleus. I like to keep them. Again, this is almost like a sculpture, so I just kind of like to keep them fairly symmetrical. There's another table he was dining at. Again, look in your soil. Make sure there's no leaves or organic waste that's fallen down. This is really not bad. I mean, if you have leaves down there, definitely remove them. But whoop, there we go. And these are kind of hanging over here. Again, I'm not going to go nuts. But this, I've noticed this, it's kind of hanging over here. I'm going to actually top this off right here. And that's it. I'm not going to go nuts. This is really about it. Not going to go nuts. As long as it's fairly compact, it's not like pushing over. There we go. There's a seed stalk coming in, and there's a seed stalk. We don't need that. Let's see here. See, this is sort of pushing over. I mean, they're not on the ledge by my window now, but these, I've noticed that this is sort of pushing into the coleus that's next to it. So we're going to try to do that. Just a little bit. And that's it. Okay, just look through. There's actually two, I see. Two more dining areas. And there's another one here. You can see. There we go. So we're going to remove that. And again, I'm doing that because although again I haven't seen any other evidence that he's been here. Those I've known. I've seen them. That's kind of pushing in there. You got some crowding going on in here. All right, there you go. So I'm not going crazy. Maybe remove that one there. I'm not going to go nuts. And this will really, especially trimming. Again, trimming really promotes more growth. And that's it. You can see, did enough. And it lets the light in, lets the plant breathe more. And you can see this one here is facing towards the light. So when we put it back, we're going to put this facing the window, and it's going to move. It's going to move with the light. And that's it. Everything else looks good. Just, check around. See if you see any insects. I mean, again, I suspect that my little worm friend has moved on. Died, probably, because I did hit these with the spray insect soap before I brought them in, so who knows. This one here, I don't think at this point I'm going to trim it. Because it's, it's pretty, this is as high as I want it to go. But it's not really, it doesn't look, I might have given it a couple of snips over here. But at this point, this is a really nice, healthy Ruby Road. So we're going to keep this. And then we'll trim it later on. I mean, I'm going to probably take a few off here. But I'm not going to go nuts with this. It's really, really healthy. Again, don't go crazy. Don't strip it down. Don't overly trim it because you can shock at the plant. Again, this is about as far as we're going to go. And that's going to really boost some of these smaller leaves, promote more growth. And before we know it, we'll be planting these outside. So this is a beautiful orchard road. They do have these at Rosie's Dawn Gardens. They are open for business. You can place your order with them, so head over there. And again, of course, Jim's Holiest of Coleus seeds on eBay. I just lowered prices. I have 3 listings. I have a 12-pack, regularly $19.99, it's on sale for $15.99. And my Jim's Choice 8-pack, regularly $15.99, is on sale for $12.99. And of course, I have a surprise single pack of different Coleus seeds for $5.99. So head over to Jim's Holiest Coleus seeds on eBay. Get your Coleus seeds. Got plenty of time to grow Coleus, to sow your Coleus. These are beautiful, beautiful Coleus. Ruby Road, Ruby Road. And you know what? Check out my friend Mark's Coleus on Facebook. He's in England. I sold him some seeds a few years back. He's a follower of my YouTube channel, and he's now a fully fledged Coleus Jedi Master. Has a tremendous greenhouse, beautiful, beautiful Coleus he sells in England. And so check him out, Mark's Coleus on Facebook. He's a busy guy, but check him out, Mark's Coleus. All right, so stay tuned. More to come here. Jim's Holiest of Coleus. Thanks for watching.